Hey everybody! Today we're going to be reading story number 2 for the ULS curriculum this month. Remember, we're learning about feelings and emotions. So today we're going to be reading this story called Dan Makes a Choice. If you look at the pictures on the screen, we see that one face kind of looks angry. He's kind of got his eyebrows down. He's got a frown on his face. The other one, he kind of looks calm or sleepy. He's got slanted eyes and just kind of a calm mouth. So we'll have to see what kind of choice Dan has to make. So some words we're going to learn from this story are job coach. So that's a person who supports you on a job. So somebody who may be teaching you how to do a job or helping you along the way. Another word we're going to look at is calm down. So that's to relax or be peaceful. And we'll talk about some different ways that you could work on that skill of calming down. Another word we're going to look at is confused. So that means you're not understanding. And we all have times when we don't understand directions. And we might just need to ask people to clarify or ask them again what the directions are. Another word we're going to be looking at is change. So that's to make or be different. And a lot of us struggle with change. And change might be something that might make us upset or kind of sad, but changes happen all around us all the time. And so we have to work through those changes and find ways that we can accept them and be calm when a change happens. So some things to learn from this story is that it's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel your emotions. We all have had times that we feel angry, every single person. Remember how we talked about how all people have emotions? If you didn't have emotions, you would kind of be a robot. So we're not robots, we're humans. So you can choose how to act when you feel angry. There are things you can do to calm yourself down. And it is important to know what to do when you are angry. Dan's ride arrives to take him to work. There is a new driver. Dan wants his old driver to be there. So I'm sure this has happened to you guys sometimes. Maybe on the bus when you have a sub driver, that can be different. It can be kind of a change. Dan feels angry. Dan goes to work. His job coach says hello. Dan does not want to talk. So if somebody says hello to you, usually we kind of respond by saying hi or hey. But when you're upset, sometimes you don't want to talk to other people. So having a different driver kind of made Dan feel angry. Dan needs to be alone. He goes to the break room. Dan takes a deep breath. So sometimes you probably need to be alone when you're angry. I'm sure at home, a place that you could go when you're angry is probably your bedroom. At school, could you think of any place that you could go to be by yourself when you're angry? So I think some good places that we could go at school when you need to be alone are like the sensory room or the take a break room. So you could go into those rooms and calm down and relax for a moment. Dan needs to make a choice. So look, this looks like the cover. So he's got the angry face and kind of the calm face. He can stay angry or he can calm down. Dan likes his job. Dan will calm down. He wants to start his work. So if I came into work angry, I'd probably have a hard time talking to you guys and teaching you. So Dan's kind of thinking the same thing, that if he wants to work and keep his job, that he has to calm down. Dan counts to 5. He breathes in and out. So breathing is a great way that you can work on calming down. So this is what Dan does. He says 1, and he breathes in. 2, and he breathes out. 3, and he breathes in. 4, and he breathes out. 5, and he breathes in. And he does that until he calms down. Dan drinks some water. So sometimes in class, some of you will just say, "Can I go get a drink of water real quick?" And that will be a way that you could calm down and be alone for a second, just by going out into the hallway and filling your water bottle. He squeezes a stress ball. This is a stress ball I have in class. You just kind of squeeze it, and it gives you some tension and some sensory input, and it can be a good way to take your focus off your mind and calm you down. Dan feels better. Dan acts calm. He is ready to talk. Dan talks to his job coach. He tells him why he is angry. They talk about what happened. So remember, sometimes for some people, when you're angry, it's good to talk to another person because that could usually make you feel better. Dan smiles. He is happy he chose to calm down. His job coach is happy too. Dan starts his work. So here are some tips from this story. Try to understand and name your feelings. So remember in the last story, we kind of talked about it's important to identify why you're feeling a certain way. So if I'm sad, it's good to think about why I'm sad, because maybe I can change that why. Talk to somebody you trust. Tell them how you feel. So hopefully we all have a trusted person in our life, whether that's in our family or somebody at school. And usually if it's a person you trust, you can tell them how you feel and they'll kind of listen and be empathetic and hear you out. Explore different ways to help yourself calm down. So we can try some breathing techniques. We could try a stress ball. We could try taking a break. There's lots of things we can do when we're upset to try to calm down. And we can explore some of those different options. So here we're going to take the comprehension quiz from this story. Question number 1 says, what is this story about? Feeling angry, being late, or feeling sick? Circle the answer you think is correct. Question number 2, what does Dan take? Photo, medicine, or deep breath? Circle the answer you think is correct. Question number 3. What does Dan do after he feels better? Does he look angry? Does he act calm? Or does he get hungry? Circle the answer you think is correct. Question 4. What is Dan ready to do? Is he ready to talk, sleep, or swim? Circle the answer you think is correct. Last question, question number 5. What is important to know about this story? Work is not fun. It is okay to hurt others. Or you can choose how you act when you are angry. Those were the questions from Dan Makes a Choice. So I hope you guys learned a little bit more about feeling and emotions. And we'll talk more about this topic as we keep moving on with the ULS curriculum for this month. Have a great day.